What is up, Rubber Duckies fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Duck Pond. I am Peter Buffone, and alongside with me, a little bit of a change of pace. Seamus could not be here tonight, so filling in for him, we do have Rubber Duckies defenseman Kyle O'Brien, otherwise known as Obi. Obi, how you doing today, bud?
I'm doing all right. It's a pleasure to be here. Honor to be here.
We've been trying to get you on recently, so we're happy you could come on. And I know it's later at night. It's almost 10:45 on Friday, so I'm happy you can oblige us and join us on the pod.
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
I think there's a couple things I could think of that you probably missed this for.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, let's get right to it. So Sabres suck. They're now 11-18-4, 12-game losing streak after dropping this one 6-3 to the Toronto Maple Leafs in what is being called Scotiabank South now, which I think is a reasonable name for that
Pretty much, yeah.
arena.
We get like one win there a year against the Leafs, and then basically just hand them points.
You know what the weird thing? It's always it's a big win too.
Yeah, right. Like
I don't know what it is. It's always some sort of blowout against the Leafs.
either team, it's a blowout, no matter who wins.
I, I like the one. There's always for the Sabres. It doesn't matter how bad they are. They will somehow every year pull off some outstanding blowout win against the Leafs. There was what nine? They got crushed. What 9-2 against Columbus last year. Go up to Toronto, beat them like 9-2, 9-3. Right?
Yeah, like
I
the most inconsistent team consistently in the NHL.
Yeah, but with tonight's game, I don't even know where to start. They just
I mean, two goals called back doesn't help, but at the same time, letting up 5 goals doesn't help either.
no. I mean, you could say what you want about this team, that they're bad, the defense sucks, both of which are true. The coaching could be, which I disagree with. I think Lindy's doing a pretty okay job with what he's given.
Yeah,
Number one,
like
Marty Wolford and Matt Ellis need to be fired, but
oh,
I
absolutely.
think I think Lindy's doing an okay job. But they're not getting the breaks with the officiating either, which is a weird one.
What even happened on that first disallowed goal?
Uh First oh my God, I can't remember. Oh, it was that high stick.
Yeah,
So
how does that work? You're the ref
see,
right
this
now.
is the one we should actually have Seamus on for,
Yeah, right.
because he'd be a lot better at explaining this. But so as most people I know, and most hockey fans know, linesmen cannot call penalties. So
Isn't it anything less or anything more than a minor they can call them? If
no,
it's
linesmen can't call any penalties. Just referees are the only ones allowed to call penalties. So the linesman saw the high stick at the blue line, and if you watch the video back, yeah, Zucker gets him up high. And drew blood. That's just unlucky at that point.
mm,
So the linesman sees it. He can't call it, so he holds on to it until after they would hold on to it until after the play is dead, and then they would tell the referee, get the penalty called and assessed. It's just really, really bad luck that the Sabres ended up scoring off that. Um, which obviously penalty revert, everything gets called back. That's just bad luck all around for them.
yeah, that's and then the second goal that got called back was goaltender interference, but wasn't he it looked like he was getting pushed into him.
I mean, I only saw a piece of it because, to be honest with you, I turned the game off by that point. So what I'm seeing is just clips off of Twitter and stuff.
Yeah,
I
my
mean,
mom my mom was watching the game because she was babysitting for Thompson and um she was like it's 5-4. I'm like no fucking way they're about to come back in this game. And then I looked and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's goaltender interference."
yeah, I mean, they're tied up in front. To be honest with you, this is how little I actually know. I only saw the clip, I think, once. I don't even know who for the Sabres was even in front, but he's in the paint. He's getting put. He's tied up, but he still has space to move out and in front and away from the paint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, goaltender interference is a weak one. Weak call anyway. No matter how it is, it's a really finicky call. So something like that. I mean, I know he just gets his foot on his stick, and
Yeah.
that's enough to make the call. It's
Yeah.
just really, it's a weird one.
It also doesn't help that they've been very inconsistent with goaltender interference the whole year.
No, I mean they've been inconsistent with goaltender interference for the last 120 years.
True.
I mean, you never. This again, it's a weird one. Like you see interfer like one we're coming down. Say we're coming down the boards. Someone steps in front of us 5 feet in front of the puck and that gets knocks us out of play. Clearly an interference. Goaltender interference. It's really really weird to call, just, especially when the puck is either coming in at the goaltender or right there at the top of the blue paint. It just
Yeah.
makes it really difficult for to differentiate what can be the call and what is the call. But putting that aside, I mean, like you said, you can't put up 5, 6 goals a game.
Yeah. Especially back to back. Like or at least in the start of the period. Like anything with 2 minutes into the period and the other team scores a goal, it's just deflating.
I mean, this is what 2 games now that they let in or no, let in goals in the first what minute 2 minutes.
It
It's at
wouldn't surprise
least
me if it
two.
was like three.
It
That's
might
it.
be three. Yeah.
It's the Sabres' MO. Let up a goal within the first minute, play good for five, and then let up another goal.
I mean, we always talk about obviously them being inconsistent, winning 3 games, losing 3 games, obviously with the streak being aside. But I think that's again, as you're saying, that's the most inconsistent part of their game. Inconsistent part of their game. And I love UP and stuff. He's just been I don't want to say he's playing bad because he just has bad defense in front of him. He's
Oh
doing
yeah,
what he
like
can to keep him in the game.
I don't think today was his best game, but at the same time, like there was what two, three goals that were cross creases that their defense should have had.
I mean, you're not stopping that Matthews goal,
Yeah,
that
no.
second goal. I mean, there's no stopping that one. And if you got to go across, even the last one right before he was pulled, it was kind of a drop pass to. It wasn't like fully across the crease, but he was almost all the way over on his on that far post. And
Yeah.
what I want to say it was Ty Domi just ripped one far corner.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
that was a
what are you gonna
horrible
do?
change by the defense. Like I'm
I
pretty that's hockey
yeah,
101. Like you don't change to both defensemen in the second period.
you don't change both defensemen in second period, and if you do change a defenseman, you know who's behind you. If you watch that play back, there was a replay. I want to say right near the end of that second period, there's a replay, and again, I can't remember who was on the ice for the Sabres, but Ty Domi gets off the bench, and he's just lazily skating through the neutral zone behind both Sabres defensemen. I think
There
it ended
was
up.
so it was quick back to back on both sides because the Leafs went down, took a shot, Sabres made a quick up. There was two Leafs players, one of them changed. Ty Domi got on the ice after that change, and the other one was the guy who caught the pass initially, and he was just hanging up at the blue line.
Yeah, and I want to say it ended up being Samuelson and Clifton coming off the bench, right?
I think
I could be wrong,
it might
but
have been Byram. I think Byram was one of them.
no. I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. You need to know who's behind you. You
Yeah.
can't just let someone lazily skate in and behind. I mean, even at the level we play at, and you know, counting what we play at as a level is, that's.
Hey, dude, at this point, there might be Saber scouts at our games pretty
I mean,
soon.
if you follow the Rubber Duckies Instagram and Twitter, we have plenty of highlight reel. Let's go to Duckies. Kind of meld this in with the Sabres a little bit.
Mm.
I was over at my dad's house watching this game, and the one thing I absolutely hate with the Sabres is that stupid ass drop pass on the power play.
Oh my God.
You know,
I don't mind gaining speed, but like every fucking time you come up the ice,
I it,
fake it and then just take it into the zone. Do something. We don't have anybody who's that good to gain speed and can weave through the defense.
and even when Thompson can, he's just gonna fire it high and wide anyways, going all
Yeah.
the way back down the ice.
Dude, Thompson
Uh,
has been annoying me so much. Like he has the hands to make the move, but when he has the chance to either pass it or shoot it, that's when it's just goes off the rails.
I know. It's I'll get into that. That's a hockey IQ thing, and I have a argument for that in a minute or two. But let me get back to this drop pass situation. It's not even that. I like you said, I don't mind if you're trying to pick up speed. They got no one that can pick up speed. They got no one that could actually enter the zone. They can't physically enter the zone and get over the blue line, nor control the puck once they are over. And if are you seeing how far they are dropping this puck? They're dropping that puck a zone, like at least half a zone
Oh,
deep.
easily. They're
I
like
mean,
from the red line to the top of our circles.
I'm gonna put out a video. This is from our this past week against fire department. It was surprisingly enough, I want to say it was it right after? No, it was the after that dude absolutely crunched Carl. It was that power play, and I was out there with Seamus. We go. That was when I took those 2 runs and had to get off the ice because I was
Hmm.
gassed because you know how out of shape I am.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm taking it was the second run up the ice, and everyone take a look at Ducky's Instagram and Twitter if you want to see. I'll put up a comparison in the next couple days on the Sabres power play zone entry and Ducky's power play zone entry, and you guys can decide for yourself which is better. Excuse me. But we're coming up the ice. I make the first move on the guy to get around. Moving through the neutral zone, and I got a wall of three defenders in front of me. Right. I want to say I have held on my right on the blue line, and I want to say I have Carl swinging in behind me as I'm kind of in the middle of the ice, but I'm on the right side of the ice,
Mm-hmm.
heading it down into that far corner. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
I cross the blue. I first off I cross the blue line with the puck. I get in the zone. I'm not making some stupid ass pass at the
The,
blue
the two
line, which is
the
going to
two
put me
foot
offsides.
the 2 foot passes to the dude standing on the blue line infuriates me more than anything.
It's I watch it every single time. I'm like, how fucking stupid do you have to be to make that pass? Anyway, besides the point. Again, I'll get into that with the hockey IQ thing in a second. Um, but I enter the zone, cut to the side, and what do I hear off behind me? I go, but you got to pass. You got the drop. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I trust these guys. I drop the puck. You know how far I drop it back?
Maybe a
About
foot.
probably 3 feet.
Yeah,
Still, the puck is still in the zone. Carl, I want to say it was Carl swooped in behind me, picked up the puck. I drew a defender wide. Carl moved into the high slot. And you know what happened?
he scored.
No, we got a shot on net at least.
Oh,
We didn't score. That was actually the one we didn't score on. But
yeah. Well, I mean,
we still got a shot on net, which is more than you can say about the Sabres.
the Saber. All teams have to do is watch one film session on the Sabres, and they know what their whole entire game plan is.
It's insane how simple minded it is. And now, finally, I'll get into this hockey IQ aspect of it. Is that's why it's so simple minded because these kids on this team are so stupid when it comes to actual gameplay. And I saw an argument about this. I forgot where I saw it, but it was as these younger kids start coming up through the ranks, and I say young kids ourselves only being 20, 23, 24
Yeah.
here on this pod, but still, these younger kids are coming up. They're so focused on the skill game and like stick handling and shooting
Hmm.
taking those off balance shot. You want to snipe, you want to hit the Michie. There's a complete lack of hockey IQ because all they're working on in practices are stick handling, shooting, trying to hit a Michigan. There's no zone entry. There's no puck possession. There's no read the play. You know what I mean?
Well, I think the biggest thing was like you said, it's a simple play, and I think Lindy's trying to make it too simple to the point where it's just, oh, I know where you're going. Like there's no guessing where they're gonna go.
Yeah, but what else is Lindy gonna do if he gets any more complicated with it? I'm pretty sure Owen at Power's head's gonna fucking explode.
Here's I think what he just needs to. These guys need to start hitting. There are three people on this team that hit consistently, and that's Gilbert, Clifton, and not Hinestroza. My God, Malenstein. Malenstein.
You mean Buffalo Sabres legend Vinny Hinestroza?
Yep.
And Connor Clifton is that's a generous pick in that, by the way. I
He throws the body. I at least see him throw at least 2 hits a game, and everyone else,
yeah, okay, I'll give it to you.
like Gilbert is the only person who consistently will go out there and not even look at the puck and take the body.
Yeah,
And
no, I yeah for sure.
the Sabres aren't a hard team to play against.
No,
You
and
gotta
that's the
you
issue.
hit them twice and they're gonna be off their game.
That's the issue. They don't make it hard. And you know who I'm actually gonna jump on that for a second. I'm gonna add a couple more people into that. Um, who'd you say? You said Gilbert, Clifton, and Malenstein, right?
Yep,
I'll throw Abe Kubel when he's in the lineup.
fair.
And oh
Greenway.
my god. And Greenway when he's healthy, yes. Also,
Yeah.
I have a theory about why he's out. Um, because they said he was out with a middle body injury, is
Hmm.
what I saw. I think he might have got a hernia when he was out for those He was out for like 6, 7, 8 games, like for a week or two ago, if
Mm,
you remember that stretch.
yep.
I think he got a hernia,
I
tried to
think he
play
got
through.
hurt. I think he got hurt like as soon as his losing streak started.
Yeah, it was right around then, and he missed like the first 5, 6, 7 games of this losing streak. Played the last like two or three, and now he just got placed on IR yesterday.
Mm.
But I think he got a hernia before this losing streak started. They tried to heal him up. He tried to play through it. It just got worse, and now he's getting surgery. That's my theory, because they
Yeah,
said
that
he's yeah
yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. It,
yeah.
it
Because
it's the Sabres' MO. When one person gets hurt, they're like, "Oh my God, our lineup is shaken up. We got to get him back in as quick as possible."
no, it is, and I'm not saying that it was the Sabres that forced him back into the lineup. It could very well have been Greenway saying, it's just a hernia. I think I'll be fine.
Yeah.
But it is that is a Sabres thing to do. If we're gonna be
I
honest
mean,
with
that
ourselves,
was Thompson's story of Thompson's year last year.
that was almost a story of Eichel before he left. Don't
Can
get
you
that
imagine
X
how much
surgery.
different this team would be? Like if we had Eichel on this team, I think we would be in a playoff position right now.
What if they actually won that draft lottery in 15?
I honestly think we might have been a dynasty.
Yeah. But let's that's something else.
Yeah.
That's an argument for another time. Let's take a look at the Sabres upcoming games. They're gonna get smoked tomorrow in Boston.
I don't know. It's a Boston thing to do to lose to the Sabres,
It's also a
especially this
Boston
year.
thing to do to blow the Sabres out in December.
That too. That
Yeah.
too.
So Boston's been kind of shaky all season, but they kicked it up the last couple weeks, and they're always a hard hitting team.
Yeah.
I never like a Sabres matchup against Boston. What are you gonna do?
I think the biggest thing is it another home game?
No, they're in Boston.
Oh yeah, no, we're
They're
getting
not back
killed
home until the
next
20.
next Friday.
Yeah, Chicago.
Yep.
Yeah,
If
27th in
we if
Chicago.
this losing streak gets to the Chicago and we lose to Chicago, if Kevin Adams isn't fired, this team should just be folded. Not
So
even not even moved, folded.
I my next game is Chicago, right?
Hmm.
I'll here's the thing. If they lose that game to Chicago and it extends the losing streak, okay? Only if it extends the losing streak, I will hop up onto the glass and physically take a piss on that ice because that'll be the hottest thing to hit that ice in a while.
True. I besides Kopitar.
I was at that game. That's something. Honestly, first I think that might be the first hat trick I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might have seen one before, but the last one I remember is Cousins' hat trick 2 years ago.
Well, here's another stat. How many hat tricks? I think there's only two. Line and Kopitar are the only two hat tricks against the Sabres this year. I mean, we almost saw McKinnon do it get with Colorado.
Hmm.
I that's a running tally I want to start. See how many guys this season get hat tricks against the
Didn't
Sabres.
Caulfield get one?
In this past game?
No,
Oh,
when we
the
had
one in
it went back and forth.
let me double check because I just pulled it up. So the one on November 11th, right?
Yep.
No, Suzuki had two, Caulfield had two, Josh Anderson had one, Christian Dvorak had one,
I thought someone had a hat trick that game.
and Emil Heineman.
Yeah.
So
I thought someone had a hat trick that game.
I mean, they could have very well. I mean, it was fucking 7-5. Very well could have been.
Yeah.
But enough about the Sabres. Let's just touch on Duckies quickly this week. You had a little bit of a couple fun interactions on the ice this week, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I might have semi deserved the one I got into. Guy had his stick in my arm. I clamped down trying to get a penalty, and I spin out. I come out of my 360, and I realize he's not holding the stick anymore, so I drop it. I go to get back into the play, and I didn't want his stick interrupting play, so I just moved it out of the way a little bit, and he just grabbed me and chucked me down.
Honestly, so I was looking at it the other day as I was making our package. I was laughing when I actually saw it. I have a clip. Do you want to see it?
Sure.
I'll pull it up. But dude, I was laughing when I was looking at it because I was like, I saw him come back and grab you, but I thought it was just because you were holding onto a stick. I didn't notice this until I watched this back. When I see you move his stick, I'm like, Oh, that
I didn't
yeah.
want a
That,
disrupting play.
I mean, it's fair. You're lucky you didn't get a penalty for it, though. To be honest with
I
you.
ended up getting a double minor.
Well, you didn't get the double. You got the double minor because of the fight, not because you
Oh
were
yeah.
moving the stick.
Yeah.
Also, number the other thing with that, you shouldn't have gotten double minor. It should have been a 5 in a game for fighting. But these refs we had were idiots. Um, oh my god, where did I put these? Oh, there we go.
My point streak came to an end that day too, on that game.
Yeah, your point streak. Yeah, sure.
It did.
Let me just get this. Pop this over here and let's take a look. For all of you, I will pop this up on the Duckies Instagram page. Okay, so everyone can see. It was a tough game. Playing fire department, they're always tough to play against.
Yeah,
Um, and they're a C1 team. You're playing a division up. You got to remember that.
that too.
So,
Yeah, I had an 8 game point streak on.
how's that? Can you see it?
Yep.
All right. Let's take a look here. See what you do. So we got you up in the corner here. I think it was 24, right?
Yep.
It was that was a beautiful block by him. So he
Yeah, it was a
come,
pretty good block.
yeah, yeah, they're holding on to the stick. I love the hands up. Yeah, no, I mean, you can't tell me that you're trying. It was going to disrupt play. That's not an argument, there,
Well,
brother.
it was in my way, so like
No, I mean, let's watch that. It
I
was
I mean, Peter, in the heat of the
sweetheart.
moment, I didn't know what was going on. It could have gotten in the way.
It could have gotten in the way. It's behind you.
Yeah, but like
It
Held's right there.
drops.
Held's right there. I'm making sure he didn't give me a drop pass.
Okay, sure, sure. We'll go
Still
with
doesn't
that.
give the dude a right to throw me down like that. The dude had 80 pounds on me.
He also had like a foot and a half. And
He did not have a foot and a half on me. We were about the same height. He might have
sure.
had a couple inches.
It's those fire department. It's those firefighters.
Yeah.
What can I
Nah,
say?
that dude was too fat to be a firefighter.
Jesus.
Fuck that
Anyway,
guy.
sound like Murr on here.
Oh,
That's
was
who we
Murr
need to
on
get.
here?
No, we need to get Murr on here though. That
You
would
need
be.
to get Murr on here.
We need to work
Can
on
you
that.
pull up?
I
Can you
need to. I
pull
need
up
to get
Carl
Seamus
getting?
back on here, brother.
Can you pull up Carl getting absolutely destroyed?
Oh, I have that too, but we'll take a look at that. Let's take a look at Ducky's stats real quick before we get into that.
Oh, I got those
Uh,
pulled up.
5-3 loss, 4-4-1 in the division. Let's take a look. Myself coming out with a nice goal. Uh, Tuesday. I loved it. Fell right out. Dude, I fucked up my knee on that too. I landed so hard in
Did
front
that
of on
trickle
my
in?
knee.
Did that
I
trickle in?
don't, dude. I don't know how it went. So here's the thing. I crashed it because I made a. I don't want to say I made a good play at the point because there was no one fucking on me, but I got in down in front and I thought I put a quality backhand on net. At
Oh, you
least
did.
I put a quality backhand on net, and I don't know. I tripped over something. I might have just caught an edge, but I landed like directly on my knee, right? And I see the goalie's glove come down like on and or near the puck. So I'm just like, well, fuck it. I jam my stick into that dude's wrist. Whether the puck was whether he had it, I still believe he had that puck covered. But I jammed my stick into his wrist. Puck came out, and I just took like a big swing at it.
Well, I saw
And
you. Sorry, Miko. I saw
no,
you
go, you're
fall.
good.
I saw
Yeah,
you fall, and then I just like there was like silence. We like no one knew what was going on, and then all of a sudden the ref was like goal, and I'm like, All right, we'll take it."
I just, dude,
And
I
then I
heard a
knew that was
whistle.
making it to the highlight reel. I knew that was making it to the highlight reel.
Well, I mean, we scored 3 goals. I was kind of struggling for stuff to go in the package anyway. But dude, I didn't know it was a goal. I heard a whistle. I'm like, okay, I get up and the puck's in the net. I'm like, oh shit. I didn't even know they gave it to me. I thought they gave it to oh my god.
I think Flynn was in front of the net.
Yeah, I thought they gave it to Flynn, to be honest with you. I was like, I just want to point on this at least. Um so with the other 2 goals, David Held and Zach Mecker with the other 2 goals. We got to double check between Held and Curtis on this goal bet where they're at.
I think Held is winning.
Curtis is gonna like that. Um,
Let's see. Yeah, Held. So top three in goals are Held, Mecca, and Curtis.
what are the numbers?
11, 10, and 7.
Interesting. Interesting.
And
Where
then in
I want to say I have like 5.
you do have
No,
5.
I do
Me and
have
you are
5.
tied with goals. but I have 15 points and you have 9.
Yeah, I mean, because I mean, dude, like, let's say
Dude,
five of those
five
assists are
my ass.
political assists. Those
Three,
are political
three,
assists. No,
three.
five, four.
I
Split
haven't
the
done
difference.
I haven't done that since you started bitching about it like 4 games ago.
No, I only bitch about it because I know it pisses you off. It's the only reason I bitch about it.
And I only
Which,
do it because I know it pisses you off.
yeah, but I only do it because I know you do it and I want more points than you. All
So
right.
looking at
Anyway,
if we're gonna look at the top point leaders on the team, it's Held, me, and Mecca for top three. 16,
okay.
15, 14.
I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's a pretty good spread too with points. I mean, everybody who's played more than like 4 games has at least 4 points besides Ayden.
Dude, he still won't come on. He always gives me some fucking excuse. Like
Cause you're gonna make fun of that kid so hard he's gonna cry.
we've told him that. He
That's
he
why he's not
literally
coming
goes.
on.
No, he literally goes. Well, when can I come on? I'm like, I don't know. You want to come on this week? And he goes, okay. And then Seamus will go, we're just gonna like brutally make fun of you. He goes, oh, okay. Like it's not like it's a state secret that we're just gonna rip this kid apart. Like, what do you? Hold on, let me find this. Oh my god, there he is. So I texted him the other couple times. I'm like, well, the first one I was like, hey, all right, you ready to come on? I gave him a time. We were all set, right? I'm like, here's the time. Here's do it. I'm like, all right, you ready for tonight? And you know what his response was?
Hmm. Probably like, oh, I got work in the morning.
This.
Oh, he didn't answer you.
Nope, left on fucking red. Talk to him because this was right before the Avs game, right?
Yeah.
Talk to him and he goes, "Oh, sorry, I was seeing Wicked." I'm like, oh god, oh no, that's not something you admit
Yeah.
to, brother.
How about the captain leading the way with 10 assists, Kyle Flynn.
Oh,
10
Kyle.
assists,
Well,
two
no, 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 no,
goals.
no, 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 no. Player, coach, GM, owner, director of hockey operations, head coach, and former disgraced captain Kyle Flynn.
Yeah, I'm not calling him all that. I
I
should get
have to.
half
I'm
ownership.
public relations.
I was here when this team was made.
So Flynn agreed to come on finally.
Oh, did he win?
Um, in the next right before we do Five Nation Face Off
Ooh.
or the Four Nation Face Off.
So like in the summer?
No, in like February.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Um, Anyway, Duckies coming up next week. We got Only Fats on a Boxing Day extravaganza, along with the World Junior Championships, which we will be covering. We'll hit that coming up next. Sound good?
Yep.
Yeah, let's take a look at the World Juniors. All right, so let's get to the big thing for this week. Obviously, everyone knows it that this is the week of Christmas coming up on what Wednesday? Is Christmas on a Wednesday this year?
It might be.
Yeah, that's great though because I'm off. That gives me like an extra week of break from the school. So,
It is,
um,
and then Hanukkah's on Thursday.
Hanukkah.
And Kwanzaa.
You know what else is on Thursday?
Kwanzaa.
Ooh, Kwanzaa. You know what else is on Thursday?
Boxing Day and a Rubber Duckies game.
But you know what always starts on Boxing Day?
What?
The World Junior Championship.
Let's go.
All right. So, for all of you that are not big into the hockey world, the World Junior Championship is the premier international junior tournament. It showcases nearly every NHL prospect from the last couple drafts and the upcoming couple drafts. So it's really big in the hockey world. I absolutely love watching it, and at least us in Buffalo being so close to Canada, if you have cable, you get at least I know my dad has cable, he still gets CBC, which means you
Mhm.
get all the junior games, which is great.
Ooh. It's also
But
the only place. It's also the only place where Dylan Cousins plays good.
yeah, that's the only reason he ever got only reason he got this contract. Anyway, the World Junior Championship this year is in Ottawa. which is an interesting one. I want to say it is the first time that the World Juniors have been in Ottawa since 2009. I want to
Hmm.
say.
Where was it last
Um,
year?
Last year was Göteborg in Sweden.
Uh,
Speaking of
mhm.
last year though, and the first team that we have up to talk about, the your 2024, but because remember each tournament is the next year from when it starts. So this year's tournament is not the 2024 tournament, it's the 2025 tournament because
Hmm.
because
Mm-hmm.
the champion's always crowned in the first couple days of the new year. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
last year, which was from December 26, 2023 to about January 4th or 5th, 2024, was the 2024 tournament. And your 2024 champions, the United States of America, coming in as 2-1 favorites to win this tournament and headlining. And yeah,
Hey,
the
well,
last World
let's go
Junior
USA.
was in Ottawa was 2009. So let's take a look at who won that one. I want to say it was Canada. Yeah, Canada took gold in 2009, with Sweden taking the silver and Russia coming in third with the bronze. Let's hope that does not repeat. Well, it can't repeat itself. Russia's not in the tournament. Spoiler alert. But let's see if US can defend their gold. So let's take a look at their team. They're being headlined by defenseman Zev uh, Boyan, or however, I have no fucking idea how to say his
What a
name.
name.
Completely honest with you.
What a name.
I think he's Israeli. Honestly, I think he's part Israeli
Huh.
because I looked it up. I was on during the draft. I was working over the summer, and you know who I was drafted back with,
Hmm.
and that's as far as I'll go on the podcast. Um, anyway, I was looking at. I'm like, what a name! I said they had the same response when he got drafted. 'Cause I was like, oh my, and I had to, I'm like, where is this kid from? I'm like, oh no shit, he's from San Diego. It's not half bad. Anyway, he plays his NCAA hockey over at University of Denver. He was 12th overall to the Minnesota Wild in the 2024 NHL draft. I want to say, where did I see this? Yeah. Zev was born to Israeli immigrants Zoran and Myram Boyum. So yeah, that's where I saw it because I had to pull up the Wikipedia in the car. I'm like, I gotta know about this kid. But yeah. Anyway, last year winning gold, as we said at the World Juniors, 7 games played, 3 goals, 2 assists, with 5 points overall through 7 games. Not bad as a middle of the road defenseman.
Not at all. It's Peter Buffon numbers.
It is. I mean, it's middle of the road is a compliment for me, not for someone like Zev. But
Not at all.
he's supposed to headline this team this year. He is gonna be the main force on this American blue line for this team this year.
Hmm.
Um,
I'm looking
but yeah,
through the roster. Is Gabe Perreault related to Gilbert?
I wasn't able to figure that out. Gabe Perreault though is he is set to line up with his BU. Oh my God, who was he lining up with?
Ryan Leonard? And it's BC,
I
not
believe
BU.
so. Oh yeah, his BC teammates. My bad. Ryan Leonard and James Haggins. My bad. Um, so he that's supposed to be a line, and they play together at BC right now too. So
Hmm.
there should be, I mean, the chemistry should be out of this world for that line.
Right.
That's set to be the U.S. Top forward line also. So
Except, especially with the hype of going into the World Juniors, like it's got to play into it some for a little bit.
hey, it's not their first year. All three of them are returners from at least last year.
Yeah, I
So
didn't watch much last year, so
it's hard, especially with the time change. I want to say it's at least a 4 hour difference between here and Sweden, probably five to be completely honest with you. But
hmm.
it's just kind of, especially when it's in Europe, it's hard to pay attention to. But thank God every other year it's in Canada, so we can take a look. And the U.S. has a chance to win gold on Canadian
Canadian
ice.
soil. Yeah.
Yeah, which is fun. The last time they did it was in Montreal, which is I love when U.S. wins gold in Montreal. Uh, anyway, but yeah, it's supposed it's U.S. This is supposed to be the U.S.'s last chance to win gold for a couple of years, and you could tell by how stacked this lineup really is. Like I said, Ryan Leonard, Gabe Perreault, both sophomores at Boston College. Ryan Leonard with Washington, Gabe Perreault with the Rangers. And James Haggins just started on their line this year as a freshman at BC. So,
Ooh.
um, and he's supposed to be a top. There you go, Sabres, James Haggins, 2025 prospect. Let's take a look at him. You never know. You never know. You know what? He might be too good. The Sabres won't pick him. They need a
Maybe.
they need like a Danny Nelson type who actually I shouldn't even be saying that. He's a returner with the from Notre Dame and he's already drafted by the New York Islanders. But you know who he played alongside of over at Notre Dame? Our boy Dennis Gilbert, besides Lloyd.
Ooh.
I know, right? Anyway, um taking a little look through this roster again, we do have a couple of Sabres picks, including Brody Zemmer up front. And where did I see the other one? I have it written down here somewhere. Oh, Aiden Kleber from Minnesota Duluth, a defenseman. So two Sabres prospects on this USA roster. Interesting to see how they play. Adam Kleber at least. Minnesota Duluth sitting at 6'6", 210. Let's see how heavy hitting he is on
Damn.
that blue line because that'd be something the Sabres really need.
Yeah, not like 6'6" Bowling power.
I mean,
Plays like he's 6 foot.
so I really don't want to get back to the Sabres, but I think this is the last thing I'll complain about Owen Power since it was brought up. I was watching a video. I want to say it was like one of those Sabres embedded things,
Hmm.
and it's Owen Power. He's sitting on the bench, right? And I just
Hmm.
take a look at what he's putting up there, and I'm like, dude,
What's
what
he
the
putting up
fuck?
there?
I don't know, like 135? Dude, I don't know. It looked like a wheel and a quarter.
Ooh.
I'm like, buddy, like I get
Hopefully
it.
that
I go
wasn't
to
PR day.
it was put out on YouTube. It's on one of the it's on one of the Sabres
I'm gonna have to take a look at that.
yeah, and you know what? We're gonna have a little bit of a surprise here because we got another rubber ducky joining us. See how it plays out in a second as he comes in here. But we're talking about, I mean, dude, I was like, I know I'm at Planet Fitness and I'm using a Smith machine, but holy fuck, brother, I'm putting up more than you. That's saying a lot. Anyway,
All right, back to
keeping
the
with,
World Juniors.
yeah, back to the World Juniors. Trey Augustine in goal for the U.S. Michigan State starter, drafted by Detroit. He's a returner from last year. He didn't get much in the lineup as we were joined by Rubber Duckies
There he
defenseman
is.
Ayden Hansen. We're just going to make complete fun of for this
There he is.
entire point here.
What's going on,
Aiden,
Aiden?
you might you might want to take yourself off mute first, buddy. Falling right on your face, fresh out of the gate. Looks like an actual Duckies game. Holy fuck, brother. That's
There
bad.
we go. Am I not muted anymore?
Nah, there you are. We see
Not
you.
anymore.
There we go.
You know this is live, but all this is going in there.
Oh, it's beautiful.
All right, great. We're talking about the World Juniors. We'll see how prepped and ready you are on here. As I said, Trey Augustine for the United States coming in hot off last year's tournament. Again, he didn't play too much last year, um, but he is a returner starting for the Spartans, sparkling with a 941 save percentage through mid November. So he's supposed to be an absolute gem for the United States between the pipes. And
Good to
coming in,
know.
yeah, coming in behind him, I mean, even talking about Zev just a little bit more last year is the second youngest player in NCAA setting records. I mean, this kid was he was nominated for a Hobie Baker. He's putting up 50 points in an NCAA season.
Who is this again?
That's Zev. We're going back to Zev.
Oh,
Um,
Zev
yeah, I mean, he's putting up 50 points in NCAA season. That's just insane.
as a defenseman.
As a defenseman too. Hobie Baker nominee. Um, and the only reason, dude, he was 6 months younger than Macklin Celebrini.
Wow.
Or I'm sorry, 6 months older.
How did he not he didn't get drafted?
He did. We talked about it. Minnesota, 12.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're right. My bad. I spaced out for that.
Yeah. Aiden, you ready for this World Junior tournament coming up?
I'm definitely ready for the World Junior coming up. I just got to make sure I get in tune. That's all.
Well, that's why you're here, right? It's
Yeah, I
all the
got to get
good
more.
information. Yeah.
Got to get more in tune with it. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I've
So
learned a lot so far.
Yeah, I'm not
You
gonna lie, I don't
should
know
know.
shit.
You should know a lot. You're on the show. At least I gave you the prep work, Obi.
Yeah, but I was also at work. I couldn't really read a lot of it.
That's not my fault. I had to work. Where do you think I did all this prep work at? I did all this prep work at work.
Yeah, you did it at work.
I did do it at work. I swear to God. My magazine here is annotated and everything.
Damn, he's got the magazine.
I did, dude.
Chokes.
Hockey news. So that's where I get do all the stuff I do for the show. I just get off hockey news.
So I got some real
Great.
hockey news for the Duckies. Should we just get right into it?
I mean, we already covered the Duckies. We're on the World
Well,
Juniors
this
now,
is
so
new.
that sucks for
Well,
you.
we're
I
on
will
some
mute
new
you.
head
I
news, so
swear to
you don't know
God.
about Ayden Hansen yet. So Ayden
I
Hansen is
mean,
actually
I.
going to be.
Anyway, back to the World Juniors. Let's move on to the Canadian roster here. Um, let's just go right to the Canadian roster. I wanted, the one thing about the Canadians, they're not supposed to be the. Should I let them speak?
Yeah, let him go ahead. Let him go ahead.
Oh my God, I accidentally muted him again.
Nah,
All right.
you continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you, man.
No, 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 no. Now I
Go
want to hear
ahead.
the
Go ahead.
Duckies news.
Go ahead.
So,
I want to hear this too.
you want to hear the Duckies news?
No, let's
What's
hear the
that?
Duckies news.
I'm gonna be out at least 3 to 4 weeks due to concussion.
Oh, he fell on his head again.
What happened?
What's been in that last puck race?
Uh, some stuff happened, and I had to go get a couple tests done, and I did come
Who'd you
back
fight?
with a concussion. I didn't fight anyone actually.
Where did you fall?
I passed out at a bar and hit my head.
See, this is
So
why you need to
yeah.
come drinking with us a little bit more. You need to be ready for this type of shit, bro.
It's a
Is it?
non-hitting league, so you might as well just play. You're not going to get more hurt.
Oh, I know. I don't know what I'm gonna do because I at least want to play. I'm kind of pissed off that this whole thing's going on. And it's been kind of it's like really like this whole timing had to be like just perfect.
Yeah, I know. It's whatever though. I hope we get you back soon, but let's take a little peek at the Canadian roster. How about that?
Yeah, that
First
works.
up, we would be remiss if we didn't check in with Gavin McKenna, the 2026 draft prospect. He other than Zev Boyum, Gavin McKenna is supposed to be the top player in this tournament for Canada. Not even for Canada, just overall.
Oh yeah.
He's supposed to be. It's projected he's going to be sitting on the line with Callum Ritchie and Luca Pinelli. Um, again, Gavin McKenna will be eligible in 2026 for the draft. Callum Ritchie's drafted by Colorado, and Luca Pinelli currently playing with Ottawa in the OHL.
Oh no, it's y'all boy. All right.
Yeah. So,
Anyone else on this team? Powerhouses?
I mean, there's arguments about Easton Cohen, but there's a thing. There's actually a really good piece in this article. Let me just find it here. So he is a Toronto Maple Leafs draft pick. And he didn't even earn that 9-game tryout. You know how they the prospects have about 9 games to prove themselves, and then they either have to burn the year on their contract with the NHL team or get
Mm.
sent back to their junior team. He didn't even earn that out of the training camp. He's 20. He is the 28th overall from 2023. And he's just said it's the Sabres. That's his issue. He's big, but he's not throwing the body. He's not overly strong. He just the quote right here is and it literally at NHL level, you gotta do things that you have power and some size and strength because of the way he wants to play the game, he's not gonna be effective out on the outside just hanging out. That's a direct quote from an NHL insider from this article. I mean, he doesn't want to play the game properly how you want to see like Ayden working hard and then face planting.
Yeah, I mean, so, yeah, like if you're just gonna hang on the outside, no coach is really gonna look at you. You gotta get down in those dirty areas.
Aiden, what was it like just hanging out on the outside?
He muted himself, I think, or unless
Dude,
you
you
muted
gotta
I
him.
was
stop
trying to
muting
mute
yourself,
myself.
brother.
There we go.
Brother, oh my God, I'm gonna boot you from this. I bring you on, and now I'm gonna have to boot you. Wow, holy fuck.
Yay, I'm making E for effort, right?
No, that's not how that works.
Aw.
An E in college nowadays is a fail because they don't want to give you an F because they feel bad.
I'm pretty sure an E just gets you slapped and spit on.
You know what E should do in college? They should make you walk down the center of campus naked like Game of Thrones with the people in the nun costume behind with the bells go ding ding shame.
That's
I think
fucked.
that's a great idea. Anyway, a couple other Buffalo prospect, or at least I should say a couple other, one other Buffalo prospect here. Someone we know and love, Scott Retzlaff. Has played a couple games with the Sabres during Dev Camp in those prospect challenges. I want to say he's expected. Let me just take a look at my notes here. Yeah, Scott Retzlaff's the expected starter. He was on the team last year, but he didn't play at all because he had a couple guys in front of him. But overall, let's take a look at Gavin McKenna. One more time, 44 points with Medicine Hat through mid-November in 22 games. He's 2024 CHL Rookie of the Year, the All-Rookie Team and Third Team All-Star. This is his first appearance in this tournament. However, he did win gold with Canadian U18 at the 2024 tournament, and he also won gold with Canada at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup. So I'd say that's a pretty good resume coming into this tournament.
Oh yeah. It's so crazy to me to like research them and then realize that they're 17.
You know,
Like
you guys watch Bar Down at all?
a little bit.
Those
I've
guys, you
not.
okay? Well, I mean, I expected that out of Aiden, but um,
I got to get more in tune with these things.
you gotta get more in tune with hockey, man.
Yeah,
Anyway, but there was a, you know, what Jesse Pollock is at least, right?
no.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yes.
I'm researching that right now. Jesse Pollock.
My God, he's a YouTuber and works for TSN in Canada. I mean, we're not talking about like anyway, him and the whole bar down crew. I was watching something. He goes, "Yeah, every time you go to World Juniors and you see a kid with a cage on, you just know they're going to be at fucking sick." And I'm just like,
Right.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Bedard, like
Bedard, McKenna
Bedard is
this year. Um,
Cousins.
there's always some weird kid with a cage on the Swiss team that's just absolutely insane, even though they just get smacked around the entire time. Um, actually, you want to hear a really funny story?
Yeah, go ahead.
So 2018, the World Juniors was in Buffalo, right?
Oh
Um,
yes.
did you guys go to any of those? I'm assuming you guys went to a couple of those
I
games.
watched the outdoor game, and I got a story to tell you after years.
I love that game. That was a solid game. I was there too. But so we're playing I had a varsity game at Niagara. And it was a couple weeks before the tournament started, and they were doing a couple of the teams that had already come over. I want to say the Finns, the Swedes, and the Czechs were all doing skates at Niagara. You know, just getting ready, getting their feet back under them after the travel and getting used to the NHL sized ice. Because you got to remember, all these European guys play on Olympic sized rinks over there. So it's a different game coming over here in the small surface and stuff. Anyway, besides the point. So we had it was I want to say it was the Swiss and the Swedes were playing like a just like a little scrimmage before us, and you know it's closed scrimmage and no one's allowed in this arena. Uh there's university police guarding the doors, but we're moving in and around because we're on the ice right after them. We're doing our warm-ups and stuff. Um so the Swiss and they get off the ice. We go on to we do the dirt. We always did the dirty ice warm-ups, right? I want to say we were playing. I want to say it was McQuaid actually, because
McQuaid?
it was a
Oh,
December game, so it wasn't a league game for us. So we were playing McQuaid came in because it was a weird game. That's all I remember. But my buddy broke his blade during warm-ups, like snapped it right in half, popped out of the casing and everything, and he walked off. So we're finishing warm ups and we get off the ice. We go back to the room, and all of a sudden he has a new skate blade. We're like, "What? Did you have one in your bag?" He goes, "Oh no, dude. The Swiss team came over, so I broke a blade and gave me a couple new ones."
That
So they popped
that
his blade. They
that would be the
popped
best
his
story to tell.
dude. It's great. I heard it. We all just started laughing before this game. They came over. They popped his blades out, sharpened up a pair of new ones for him, and popped through them right in. Like, "Well, have fun, brother."
That's great. That
Dude, it
is
was.
fantastic.
You know what the best? We had a Swiss exchange student at school that year. One of I want to say is like his cousin was on the team too. He's like a fourth liner.
That'd be
But
crazy.
dude, it was great. Anyway, Aiden, you have a good story for us for the World Juniors.
Oh yeah, so I was at the World Juniors USA and Canadian game outdoors. That was in 2018. I
Nice.
was there with my brother and father. One of those games where we were losing at first and we were getting cold, and I wanted to stay at least, and I at least didn't have
Don't
anything to get warmer, and I didn't.
don't tell me you guys left this game.
Listen, we were losing and we left the game.
Oh my God.
How do
In the
you
in the
leave
third,
that game?
we left that game. Little
How do
to
you
know,
leave
we
that game?
we left that game. And then I hear the radio that we came back in overtime. My dad
No,
didn't want to my dad didn't want to buy me the hand warmers that I needed. I was freezing. So instead of
Bro.
getting me the hand warmers that I needed just to make me warm, he took me to the car and took me home.
Bro, I would have
you know
turtled and
this
like
kid.
put my arms in my shirt. I would have stayed at
This
that game by any means.
this kid
And I
missed.
regret it to this day.
This kid missed Brady Kachuk and our Lord and Savior, former Buffalo Sabre Casey Middlestat, burying a shootout winner in an
Uh
outdoor game versus Canada.
just because it was against Canada, I would have stayed until the end.
It's outdoors. I would have stayed until the end. I didn't care if I was seeing Russia and Kazakhstan. I would have stayed until the end.
Speaking of which, I am very surprised that Kazakhstan's in this, probably to
Yeah,
replace Russia.
let's take a look at them real quick. Kazakhstan, there. Don't even get me started with a couple of the names on this roster because I'm not even going to
Let's see.
attempt it. There's Roman Blodish, Bloshev-Dorsky.
Bloshedvorsky.
Bloshev-Dorsky. Alexander Kim. I'm pretty sure that's just the Chinese guy that wanted to play a little bit.
Kim.
There was. Oh, here's one. Aslan Zhupuz Beskov.
Yeah, I'm not even going to attempt that. It's the
Oh, here,
defenseman and
here
the
you go, dude,
goalies.
dude. Here's one. Hold on. You ready? Daniel Shavabashkayev. Like literally, you want to know how you spell this name? It's
Shakshakbayev. That's the closest I can get to that.
Shakbayev. They literally could like no, we don't want those letters. Just repeat the first four and then add Bev at the end.
Right? It's
Like
either
they
like it's either no vowels or every vowel you can think of.
dude, this is worse than the Polish. Oh my god. Anyway, Kazakhstan 75-1 for this tournament. You know what the craziest thing is? They don't have the worst odds in this tournament.
Who does?
Germany.
Germany?
They literally have no one. I'm not even gonna lie. You know the most notable there's three notable people on this Kazakhstan roster. I'm sorry, four now that I'm reading it. These four guys, Abvel Alabek plays for Philadelphia in the Null.
No.
Alexander Kim plays for Bismarck, North Dakota in the Null. Magjan Jazidev plays for Utah NCDC. And then Rahat Ospanov. Ospanov. Oh, that definitely says Boston. I just misspelled it. Plays for Boston in the NCDC. Those are your four notable guys, and they play in the Null.
And one of them is on the third line of this team.
How did you find that so fast? I didn't even do that much research. Anyway, last time that Kazakhstan appeared in the World Juniors was 2020. Does anyone, Kyle, you're not allowed to play this because you have the notes in front of me. Aiden, what was their record in 2020?
Kazakhstan. I'm gonna say their record. Ooh, how many games are played?
7.
7. Okay, so I'm gonna say that their record is 1-6-1.
Say that again, because that could I don't know if you were just wrong or you're playing a joke. Just what was your guess? One more time,
Wasn't the what I said 1-6-1.
sweetheart. That's 8 games. They played
There's only
seven.
7.
There's only
So
seven
one
games.
so 1-6.
Yeah, that's actually
He
correct.
did it.
He
He
did
did
it.
it.
I mean, after saying 8 total games, he did it. But um, anyway, Kazakhstan ended up losing 4-1, or I'm sorry, would lose to Germany and be relegated back to D1A. And if you look at D1A hockey, it is wild.
Let me look at this.
Let's take a look at the 2024 tournament. Kazakhstan won this tournament with a record of 4-1.
Wait, is it Great Britain, Japan, Romania, Italy, Poland, Ukraine?
Dude, there's some great teams that aren't there. Dude, it's so sad. Dude, Japan was in the tournament like 2 years ago too, and now they're being relegated back to D1, Division 1B is wild.
Uh,
Anyway, am I looking at, yeah. So Division 1 for last year for the 2024 when Kazakhstan went 4-0-1 in 5 games played. Um, Second place was France, followed by Denmark, Austria, Hungary, who was also the host. They were playing in Budapest last year, and then Japan getting relegated back down to Division 1B. It is some what I'm telling you, this is some wild stuff. And you know it's even wilder than D1A,
What's that?
D1B.
D1B? Hold up, let me look at this.
So 2024, don't you Ayden, you're not looking at it. What I'll give you a hint, it's a European country. What team do you think won Division 1B?
a European
Where is
country that
this?
won 1B. I'm gonna go with Czechoslovakia.
No, because they were in the top tournament last year.
Then I'm gonna go
I guarantee you he won't get it.
Turkey.
Okay, that was actually a better guess. I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
a that was a
That
good
is
guess.
incorrect. Turkey
Hungary.
was in Division 3, brother.
Hungary.
Hungary was in the last one we just talked about. It is in fact Slovenia.
So I would have
Slovenia.
I wouldn't have
Won
guessed
Division
that.
1B and got
I wouldn't
promoted
have
to
guessed.
1A.
Oh my God, Estonia was in this tournament?
Dude, it
I
was
wouldn't have guessed that.
this group B for D1 was Slovenia, Ukraine, Italy, Estonia, Poland, and Croatia.
So what are the worst teams that we're looking at in this tournament?
In the top this tournament for this year.
Yeah, what are the worst teams we're looking at?
So expected the battle for relegation will be Kazakhstan and Germany. I mean, because those are the worst two teams in each of their pools. Germany getting stuck in a pool with U.S., Finland, Canada.
That's crazy.
Um, I want to say Switzerland or no, Latvia is also in that pool. Yeah, so Pool A is U.S., Finland, Canada, Latvia, and Germany. And then Pool B is Sweden, Czechia, Slovakia, Switzerland, and Kazakhstan. Absolute menace of some hockey teams.
I mean, that's at least each pool has the 2 teams that are just gonna get shit on.
I mean, and that's the same thing every year, and that's the sad thing about a lot this tournament. There's always one.
I'm not gonna
Uh,
lie though, these kids are just happy to be here.
that's the other thing. A lot of them just want to put on that jersey and play for Kazakhstan. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
play for Germany, even though they're not going anywhere. But and then you also get to play against future NHLers. You know, like put like I don't know who's a
Gavin
German.
McKenna,
Yeah, you're playing against Gavin. So like you're Lenny
Zev,
Booz. Yeah,
Zev.
dude, you're Lenny Booz on Germany, and you're playing against Zev Boyum and Gavin McKenna. Like you're David Lewandowski. You're Leon
Wrong
Hummer,
sport.
who's going to get lit up this year.
Dude, the goalies, like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really think about like hockey being big in Kazakhstan, but glad they're in the tournament.
I mean,
See
dude,
what they got.
they're in and around every couple years. That's the thing. Every couple years they pop in and out.
Dude, I might bet on Kazakhstan to win.
Dude, they're 71, 75 to 1 You know what I would bet on though?
Ooh.
Is relegation game. Because last year was a barn burner in relegation.
Was it?
Let me just pull it up. The relegation game was Norway and Germany. A 5-4 German win in overtime. Let me take a look at the score sheet. So with this one, Germany scored in or Germany and Norway each pulled away with a goal in the first. Then each got in a goal in the second. Germany then put up two quick ones in the third. Then Norway stormed back right at the end of the game with a power play goal and an even strength goal with 4 and 6 minutes left on the clock, respectively, to force overtime. And then singular minute into overtime, Germany scores the win.
To not get
If
relegated?
to not get relegated. 58 seconds into that relegation game.
Jesus.
I know.
That's when it's like, why
Wild
bother?
stuff.
Yeah, like
And you
that.
know
Yeah,
the
that's us.
but that's the beauty of international hockey, especially the World Juniors. Because you look at North American sports, there is no relegation, which honestly I think is kind of a bad thing because the Sabres would be in the coast by now
Dude,
if
the
there was
Sabres would be in
relegation.
the Bat Adult League by now if they were if there was relegation.
Well, we're on a
They get
12-game losing streak.
you got Owen Power getting beat up by reverse retro.
Oh, that'd be fantastic.
Oh, I'd be
You got
dying,
Ayden
bro.
Hansen playing for the OHL.
Oh,
That would be
that'd be
something.
Okay,
something.
okay. Let's not get insane.
That'd be something. I'd be falling at the blue line taking a clapper.
You know, it's
But it
still
would go in.
one
It
of your
would go
best
in.
assists of the year.
That might have been the best assist I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's a reason it made. There's a reason it made the
it,
highlight reel.
Dude, that
it
pass you
was
gave me the other night, I almost sniped it.
it was a pretty good shot.
I mean, dude, you had three quality shots?
Yeah, that was a tough game. You know, we were in that all the way.
Okay,
Do
let's
you
take a
remember
look.
you remember the game last year when he took a shot from the blue line and it bounced twice before getting to the net? It was a
I do.
wide open lane, perfect shot, bounced twice before it got to the goalie.
You know
You
what?
know, it's just one of those
That's the
nights.
game. That's the game, brother. What can I
And
say?
we've had those. We've had those.
We all had those.
Competition.
Yeah. So let's take one more last peek at Duckies for this week before we wrap things up here. So Aiden, we have only Fats this week. Big Boxing Day start. Also, as the big hockey fan you are, what day does the World Junior Championship start? Every year.
Oh, you know what? I was just looking at it too. It starts in 5 days. So 5 days from today, today's the 20th, so it starts the 25th.
Are you sure about that?
Starts the 26th.
It does start on the 26th. It always starts on Boxing Day, the day after Christmas. You know, you were close. I'll give you that. I mean, if we waited 5 more minutes to ask you that question, you'd actually be correct. Um,
I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him.
I'll give it to him. I'll give it to him. Well, no, we can't. It's time. Time is not linear.
So it's Boxing Day. It starts the 26th.
Yeah, it's always tournament always starts on the 26th and it runs through the first week of January. Well, about halfway through the first week of January. So that's always a fun, exciting part of the schedule.
I did
But
see
with the
that the U.S. plays Germany first game.
They do, yeah. So let's take a look at might as well take a look at the US schedule quickly. As I pull that up. All right, here we go. Nope, that is to the 2024 tournament. Thank you.
Yeah, I
Opens
kept
with
trying to give me
Germany, and then we
2024.
have Latvia, Finland, Canada.
Yeah, so I mean Canada is gonna be the Finland and Canada are obviously gonna be the issues in this division.
Ooh, game against Canada on New Year's Eve.
That'll be a good game.
Live duck pond and reaction to the game.
Oh my God, I will be hammered for that if we win.
I mean, it's always fun beating Canada. But you know what else is always fun? Walking the Duckies on Boxing Day with a big win.
Yeah.
So Aiden, what are you expecting out of the Duckies this week?
Who we got playing against?
Only
We
Fats.
have only Fats this week.
You know, I think we're
Possi
gonna get a win.
I mean, they are a C3 team, so I would
We
hope
should
so.
get a win. It sucks that I won't be in the game, but we should get a win.
We need you on the bench coaching. We need that.
I'll be in the
Like,
bench coaching.
good.
I'll be at the game. But
Oh
yeah,
my
no,
God, dude, he could be our camera guy.
He can
If
be our
Squanto
camera.
does good, well, you know, I'll make sure Squanto comes, so he definitely has nothing to do.
Wear a suit. Wear a suit to the game on Thursday.
I'll just wear my work clothes.
So, dude, you know what Squanto wants to do? He
What's
hasn't
up?
come to a game since that one, and he bought a bolo tie just to wear to our games.
No.
No, I shit you not. You want to see
Unless
if
he's
I have?
unless he's the coach. No.
No, he wants to be the coach. Like he wants to be like
Oh,
Sanguinet. That's
okay.
how this whole thing started. He wanted to be called Sanguinet, and then Seamus said Squanto one time, so now his name's Squanto.
Guanto.
Like, dude, you gotta see this picture. It's wild.
Does he look like a Squanto?
He looks like Squanto. I swear to God.
Oh boy. Oh,
Um, I gotta find it. Hold on a second. Anyway, playing only fat C3 division team. Um, I mean, dude, they have to. I mean, we have to win this game. We
Yeah, we
should
need
win
it.
this game.
We need it after. Hang on, let me check real quick. After the loss, after we just got a win. So we went win-win, tie, win, uh, loss. So, but a game did get canceled because of weather. So,
You know, and that was a
that game should
game.
get remade up.
It will, but that was also a game we should have definitely won.
hmm that could have given us
Um,
a big, more of a boost going into Buffalo.
yeah,
Are we
I
first
and
in our
you know,
division?
and
No, we
no,
are fourth.
how are we fourth in the division? Because we went on that run. Um, that's
We played more
wild if it
games than
is.
everybody though.
Oh yeah, that would do it. Oh my God, dude, I hate this
Well,
website like so bad.
we're tied with Fighting Bananas for third place.
Fighting Bananas is in our division.
Yeah, they have 10 games played. We have 9. So we
Oh,
have a game
I
on
mean,
them
we're
and they're
not.
third place. We're 4
Good
4 and 1.
points. We're 15. Oh, how Black Sheep really pulling away with 19 points. That's wild.
Dude, the two guys they
That was my
have,
phone.
I played with the one guy, Sean Cross at ECC. He was probably the
Yeah.
best. He was probably
Oh,
the
I
best
know which
hockey
one he
player I
is.
played with.
What did we lost in overtime to them, right?
Yep. He is like the epitome of toe drag release. Like he watches Bedard constantly.
No, I remember because he ripped one by me.
Yep.
Like I think I went for the poke
Drag
check and he just
release.
ripped one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Um. Anyway, let's take a look at C3 division. Only Fats they're 4-5-1 in C3. Put it that way.
And are in 6th place in their division. One above
Yeah.
the Hornets.
They're second to last in their division. Oh, Kyle, look at this. You do not have a suspension.
Let's go.
There you go.
So
I'm pretty
only
sure
Fats. Sorry, go ahead.
a little bit of a going in with beer league. So we were at the at the end of the game of our game. We sat in the locker room, me, Seamus, and Peter, to
Oh, and
you know
Flynn.
discuss
And Flynn.
and Flynn to discuss the direction we wanted the team to go in. And then we heard yelling out on the ice, so we went
A
out to look,
commotion.
a commotion, and it's a they're just yelling at each other at this point. They get off the ice and they're still barking back at each other. One of the guys from the Hornets team walked all the way to the other locker room, like looking for a fight.
Oh, this was after the game after I left.
Yep.
Oh, this was
Oh.
long after you were gone, yeah.
It was probably like an hour after you left.
Uh,
It was and one of the best quotes I've ever heard came from that, which I cannot
what?
say on the show. I cannot
Yeah,
say
you
on the show.
cannot say that one on the show. That's where I draw the line for that one. It was hilarious. But that's where I
And it
draw
will
the
tell
line.
you after we stop recording.
Yeah,
Okay.
that because anyway, but it was great. I'll put it that way. Anyway, let's take a look at only Fats before we wrap everything up here. Their last 5, they had a 6-4 win over Gamecocks, 6-6 tie to Bell Chiropractic, 8-1 win over Rusty Buffalo. Oh, I want to say 2 of those 3 teams are C4 division teams. So 9-6 win over Wolfpack and a 4-2 loss to the Chiefs, who we in fact defeated 9-3. And then their next game is a lovely 10:45 start against your Rubber Duckies
On Boxing Day.
on Boxing Day. Big World Junior game, big Rubber Duckies game. So, with that terrible disappointment, I guess it is time to end. So, first off, make sure you guys all follow us on Instagram, Rubber Duckies Hockey, on Twitter at Rubber Duckies HQ, and also on the TikTok with rubber.duckies.hockey. Obi, any last things to say before we head out?
It was nice to be here. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, Peter, you do a great job.
Oh, I know. I tried to. And then for all of you listening, I don't know if we're going to have one out before Christmas. If not, Merry Christmas to all of you. Thank you for listening. And have a happy holidays, and we hope to see you back on the flip side of the holidays. And if we don't see you before the New Year, Happy New Year to you all. Thank you all for listening. We'll see you again next time on the Duck Pod.